Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So last week I gave you guys a tour of the Charlotte train here. If you haven't already checked out that video, be sure to do that. I will link it below and also leave a link within this video. Just got off the bus here at the CTC station. CTC simply stands for Charlotte Transportation Center. And we had to get off the bus just because of construction going on the rail lines. And so we are here at CTC. We're walking towards the epicenter right now. And as you can see, there's like a little sign here that shows you, you know, where we're gonna go. If you were to go left, that's where, you know, we have the NASCAR Hall of Shame. Oh, not Hall of Shame, the NASCAR Hall of Fame. The convention center is there. And then if we walk literally just straight ahead here is where we would go, where we are gonna walk you to, called the epicenter. So basically the epicenter is a collection of restaurants, like bars, like I think they even have a bowling alley. I think I remember there's a movie theater there too. So it's basically, I think it's 3 or 4 stories. I think there are about 25 plus things all together to do at the epicenter. So it's a really cool place to kind of like get out and enjoy the nightlife here in Charlotte. So come on, let's go check it out. So because we had to get off on the bus, we're actually on the lower level, but normally with the train would take you off. Like we would actually have gotten off on the top level. As we get closer, we'll show you, but you can't really see it right now. But it's like literally up there where you can see the Apple Watch and stuff. Actually, let's check out what the CTC station looks like. So this is kind of what the CTC station is. And you can see this is like the hub for like all the buses and stuff. You can get on any ride here. And this is the lower level. The train would have dropped us up in the upper level of this. And then over here to our right is what we call the Spectrum Center. So the Spectrum Center, like they have a lot of concerts there, a lot of events, so many different things going on. That, like for example, if an artist come, they would probably perform at the Spectrum Center. It's a big arena for things like that. So let's walk around and see. I don't know if I mentioned, so Charlotte has a football team. We are home to the Carolina Panthers. And so right around the corner from here is the Bank of America Stadium for the Carolina Panthers, where they would have a lot of their games, tailgating and things like that. So you can see Uptown gets really busy. That's why a lot of people prefer to just catch the train to Uptown, because literally there's no parking in Uptown. Parking here, a minimum of $20 for like a few hours. So I personally, I don't do it. I'd rather just get on the train or catch a bus to Uptown rather than spend, you know, money and stuff. I had to shut up for a second because it was just so loud. But as you can see, and just by us walking around, there's just so much going on in the city. So much rebuilding. Like, look at this. All of this is basically kind of new. You know, Charlotte is ever changing. And if you're looking for a city that, like, if you're looking for a place where you can have that city vibe, but where you don't feel too overwhelmed, and Charlotte is packed with tons of diversity, guys. Like 10 years ago, I will tell you, when I first moved here, it was not this diverse. But the diversity here in this area is quickly changing. It's insane. So this is the epicenter. There's some bars here. There's some bars here. There are restaurants. There are pubs. There are lounges. There are whatever you want, basically. We're actually not gonna go up just because it's a lot of stairs, and there's about, I think, 4 stories. So come here, check out the epicenter, or maybe one night, right? I'll come out and I'll do a video tour. Let me know in the comment section if you would like for me to do a video tour of the epicenter in its full glory at night. Obviously after COVID, so. So like I was saying, Charlotte has We have, you know, I mentioned the football team earlier. We also have a baseball team. We have a basketball team. And you know, recently it was just announced that we're getting our own MLS team. So that's really cool. Okay, anyway, so now Charlotte is going to have soccer, football, baseball, as well as basketball. So how cool is that? Charlotte is literally ever changing right before our eyes. So come on, let's get right into more of the middle of Uptown. All right, so we are now, well, we've kind of gotten away from like some of the construction. So we're just walking around, checking out the city. So yeah, I'm gonna give you a little bit of a walking tour now of what's here. The city is so beautiful and the weather is nice enough where people are kind of out and about. Recently, a lot more people have been going out. Obviously, we're still under kind of restriction and lockdown. Well, not much of a lockdown, but the city is still under restriction. So things are a little bit still closed. You know, a lot of things have set hours, but yeah. So another thing I love about Uptown, you can get food trucks. We have food truck here. There's currently one out right now, which is like a halal food truck. So different things. They're usually live performances out here in Uptown, right at, normally around this intersection, the corner of like North Tryon and what street are we on? North Tryon and Trade. So lots of cool little restaurants. You can actually see some of the attractions here of Uptown. So I think it'd be really cool to capture this. So it gives you like a list of things to do here. I talked about the Spectrum Center. There's the Spectrum Center. There are the CTC, as I mentioned. There's the courthouse, little things like that. There's the Discovery Center, Discovery Place. The main public library is here. There's the Harvey B Gantt Center, which is like which is an African American museum here in Charlotte. So there's that. There's the baseball stadium. All of that are Uptown. There's the football stadium. All of that is Uptown. And I think the soccer stadium, when that will be built, I think that will also be here. I'm not sure where exactly. So there's just so much here. Like so many museums are Uptown. So yeah, basically so many museums, so many things to do are Uptown here. But the only thing is parking. So, and lots of great restaurants. So if you don't, you know, you can basically just get, if you're trying to figure out how can I get to Uptown, just hop on a train, call yourself an Uber, or even like, you can drive here and park a little bit outside of Uptown and walk into and walk Uptown itself to save yourself money. But yeah, so this is basically Uptown. I've personally never eaten at Eddie V's, but I hear it's a really, really good seafood restaurant. I've never eaten here because I'm not a fan of seafood, but. All right, so we are at the intersection of South Tryon and West 4th. And you know, since we're already here, I figured why not? Let's go check out, there's a Black Lives Matter mural that was done back in June. I think it's been a little, it looks like it's been repainted, but why not? So in the wake of everything happening back in June with the whole George Floyd, you know, many cities took it upon themselves to paint, you know, murals in cities that says Black Lives Matter. And Charlotte happens to be one of those that, you know, that we did the Black Lives Matter as well. So when this was first painted back in June, y'all, there were so many people here. It was almost impossible to get to this area. But you know, we're now in August. Things have kind of like died down a little bit. But yeah, so this is kind of like where it is, the Black Lives Matter. So there's the B, starts with the B, the L. I think we can get a little closer too. But yeah. So this has become like a huge tourist attraction. Because so many people are coming here to take pictures. I know I did. I came here, I took pictures. And as I mentioned, it was so packed. It's always packed. I think it's also possibly because it's still early in the morning, so many people are not awake yet, but I'm pretty sure this is going to get really packed too. A lot of the parades, protests that were had in this area. I'm not sure why this area was picked, to be completely honest with you. Well, I know why Tryon was picked, because this is a main road here in the city, and so a lot of cars, you know, it really did slow down traffic and block off traffic to bring attention to, you know, to basically saying that Black lives do matter, contrary to popular beliefs. So yeah, so this is it. We can get a closer look. Hey friends, thank you so much for taking a tour of Uptown Charlotte with me. We were able to see some artists, you know, some young talent out and about in the city. We did go out very early in the morning, so we weren't able to see too much, but normally you would see, you know, performers and things like that out in the city. If you liked this video, I would love for you to go ahead and hit that thumbs up. Would you like me to share more videos of what Charlotte has to offer, such as bars, restaurants, and fun things to do? If you would love to see those videos, I would love for you to go ahead and leave me those comments in the comment section, and I will see you in the next video. See you later, guys.